The first 20 seconds of your video will decide if your video gets 1,000 views or 1 million views. The problem is that your retention graph probably looks like this, a huge drop in the beginning. I had the same problem. If I go to my YouTube studio to any of my old videos and check the retention graph, it looks like this. It has a huge drop in the beginning, meaning viewers are leaving before I even get to show who I am. When I first saw that, I didn't know what to think. I thought maybe my content wasn't good enough. Maybe I was doing something wrong that I couldn't see. But instead of quitting, I decided to learn how to improve it and fix it. And so if we check some of my recent videos, the retention graph looks way better. The drop is now less aggressive and the overall retention is almost 20% higher. That might not sound like much, but it changes everything. So what's the secret? What did I change in order to increase my retention and get more views? Because I assume you clicked on this video because you're struggling to get views and your retention graph also looks like this. It has a huge drop in the beginning. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how I fixed my retention in order to get more views. So if you want to learn how to grow on YouTube, this video is for you. So here's the problem. Let's say you buy an apple. It looks like an apple, but you take a bite of it and it tastes like a banana. I mean, you wanted an apple, not a banana. So you will probably just put it away for later or throw it away completely because it's not what you expected. And that feeling, that small moment of confusion is enough to make you stop. This is exactly what's wrong with your hooks. And it's the mistake I see members inside my private community make the most. You don't start your video with what your title and thumbnail promises. Your title says A, your thumbnail says A, but your first 20 seconds of the video say B. If you want to stop losing viewers, your first 20 seconds must also say A, so that when someone clicks, they immediately feel like they're in the right place. That's why I used the apple as an example. The title and the thumbnail is the apple. But when you bite it, it tastes like a banana. And that mismatch is what makes people leave. But even if you manage to fix your hook, your retention will still slowly die if you don't know how to keep the viewer interested in the video. So how do you keep the viewer interested? This is what I call the prize. Think about Kinder Surprise. Inside every egg, there is a small toy. But you don't get the toy right away. First, you have to open the egg. Then you eat the chocolate. Only after that, you get the toy, the surprise. There's a reason why it's built that way, because if you get the toy immediately, the rest of the experience wouldn't feel as exciting. That delay is part of the fun. YouTube videos work the same way. Movies and series work the same way too. For example, think about Lord of the Rings. The whole story is about Frodo destroying the ring. There are 3 movies, and together they are 9 hours long. And when does Frodo destroy the ring? At the very end. If the movie started with Frodo destroying the ring in the first minute, then watching the rest of the movie would feel pointless. The battles would not matter. The journey would not matter. There would be nothing left to wait for. The reason people keep watching is because the goal is delayed. That delay is what keeps attention. And that is exactly how good YouTube videos are written. And this is also what every successful creator does. I just did it right now. I didn't explain the idea immediately. I used a story first. I talked about Kinder Eggs. I talked about Lord of the Rings. Those stories helped me slow down the explanation and keep your attention. They gave you something to picture in your head while I was building towards the point. And here's the interesting part. You probably enjoyed it. And hopefully. Why? Because the goal is not just to delay the answer. The real goal is to make the idea easier to understand. Talking about an apple, Kinder Eggs, and Lord of the Rings helped you visualize what I'm trying to teach in a much more fun and easy way. So when you're delaying the answer the right way, you're not wasting time. You are preparing the viewer. You are guiding them step by step so when the answer finally comes, it makes sense. It feels earned. And this idea works for any type of videos, vlogs, gaming, documentaries, tutorials. And the reason is simple. Every video is going somewhere. In a vlog, you're waiting for a moment. In a game, you're waiting for the result. In a documentary, you're waiting for the truth. In a tutorial, you're waiting for a solution. Different videos, same structure. The destination always exists. Your job is not to rush there. Your job is to take the viewer with you. You let them know what's coming, but you don't give it away yet. People want to feel like they're moving towards something. But how do you do this? Well, there are 2 main ways to write a video that holds retention. The first way is when the video has one main prize. In this case, the entire video must slowly move towards that prize. You introduce stories, problems, and small twists before you reach it. If you arrive to the prize too early, viewers leave. The whole video loses its reason to exist. But there's another way to structure a video. Some videos have multiple prizes inside them. A good example is a video by Marco, a creator with almost 8 million subscribers. The video is called Asking Strangers to Paint Their Car. In the video, Marco asks strangers if he can paint their cars. Once a few people agree, he starts painting them. But because there are multiple cars, he doesn't wait until the end to show everything. He paints one car and reveals it to the owner. Then he moves on, paints another car and reveals that one too. Each car reveal acts as a new prize to the viewer. This keeps the viewer interested the entire time because the video is constantly delivering something new. You never feel like you're waiting too long. There's always something coming soon. The prize. That's why multiple prize videos feel engaging from start to finish. And that is why Marco has 8 million subscribers, because he applies all those strategies inside his videos, even if you understand it or not. But hopefully after watching my video, you now understand the structure and how these things work. But even if your video has a prize at the end or multiple prizes during the video, you can still lose viewers if you can't keep them interested until the prize arrives. And this is where I see most of my members inside my community fail. Editing. Almost all of you who want to grow on YouTube are looking at editing the complete wrong way. You think that if you add some extra text on the screen and some extra footage, then viewers will stay and watch. Or here's another huge mistake. You think that if you add tons of complex editing, then viewers will stay and watch. But that's not how it works. Editing can actually lower your retention if you don't understand what editing is and how you're supposed to do it. One of the biggest mistakes people make on YouTube is overthink editing. And I did this for years. I thought better editing meant more effects, more animations, more complexity. I spent hours adding things that didn't need to be there. I added tons of animations and effects and it didn't help. Sometimes it made things worse because editing has one real job: help people stay and watch. That's it. Most creators think their video needs to be perfect, and the truth is that YouTube doesn't need perfection. It needs watch time. And I want to show you something. Most of my videos are around 10 minutes long, but people watch only 3 to 4 minutes on average, as you can see on the screen. This video over here is just 11 minutes long, and the average view duration is around 3 minutes and a half. And as you can see, that's enough to get tens of thousands of views. This video got 200,000 views. This video over here got almost 100,000 views, and they only have like 3 minutes to 4 minute average view duration. They're not perfect because YouTube doesn't want perfection, as I said. So no, your editing doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be clear and comfortable to watch. Retention comes from two things: how the video is written and how the video is edited. We already talked about scripting, so now let's talk about editing. First rule, use a video editor that is comfortable and easy to use. That is why I use Movavi, because it's super simple to use and the end results are professional. Movavi is your simple yet powerful editor for creating wow videos. And here's how I use Movavi. So I just open it, and over here where it says add your files, I drag and drop my footage. So I'm going to drag and drop my footage over here, and then I take my footage and I drag it on the timeline over here. Then the first thing I like to do in order to increase retention on YouTube is fix my audio. I've learned that having good audio can actually increase the retention because audio is literally 50% of your video. So on the timeline, if you click on the video and then you go over here to the top left where it says tools over here and you click on tools, you will see you have tons of options to make your audio sound like a professional podcast audio. So now let me show you how I fix the audio. So as I said, you must have your video selected on the timeline. As you can see, I click on it, so it's selected. And then the first thing I like to do is remove the noise. So I'm going to go over here where it says noise removal, click on this, and then use the AI inside Movavi to remove the noise. So I'm just going to click apply. And as you can see, right now, Movavi is going to remove any unwanted noise from the audio, which is basically the reverb inside the room, the sound of the computer, people outside, cars outside, whatever. It's going to remove any extra noise and it's going to keep only your voice, which is insane. Now, I want to show you my favorite tool inside this video editor, which is this one over here called Silence Remover. If you click on this one over here, you will see that you can automatically remove silences. What is this? Well, basically over here in my video, you can see this video is 9 minutes long. And as if we zoom in on the timeline, we can see we have these big pauses over here in the audio where my mouse is. This is because sometimes I need to take a pause, sometimes I need to breathe, and it's normal to have these pauses in your video recording. And usually it takes me 1 hour or 2 hours to delete these pauses manually. But Movavi offers this AI feature where it removes these pauses automatically. So if I'm just going to select the clip like this, I'm going to click on the clip on the timeline, and then I'm going to click on remove silence. as you can see, in a few seconds is going to trim the video and delete any silence inside my video, which saves me like 2 hours, 3 hours. As you can see on the timeline, the video is edited already. It removed any silence from the video, which is absolutely insane. This is such an amazing feature and it saves me so much time. Now, in order to add text on the screen, in order to play with color correction, all you have to do is go over here where it says video on the top left. Click on video, and over here, as you can see, you have color adjustments, crop, position, pan, stabilization, animation, all types of things. So usually what I do, I adjust the colors of my background and my face so it looks cleaner and nice. So I click on the clip. Over here where it says color adjustments, I select manual mode, and over here I play with the brightness, the contrast, the saturation. So for example, let's say I want to increase the brightness a little bit, then I want to decrease the contrast a little bit. I want to increase saturation so we have more color. I want to decrease the shadows. I'm going to decrease the gamma as well. And if I hit play, as you can see, it just looks nicer and it just looks more friendlier because the tone is much brighter. The colors are brighter. If we compare this clip over here to this clip, you can see right now on the screen, this clip looks a little bit more rough. The eyes have a little bit of red around them, but over here, this one is softer. It has much more color. So this is something I also always do in my videos. And then something that I also really like about Movavi that saves me a lot of time is this over here where it says position. If you click on position, you can change the position of a clip instantly without having to edit it yourself. So over here, if I choose right, it's gonna put me to the right and it's gonna focus exactly on my face. It saves me a lot of time because if you watch my videos, I always put my camera on the right, and on the left over here, I add some text. And to add some text, for example, you can just go over here and just drag and drop a text on the timeline like this. And you can just drag it whatever you want. You can type whatever you want. Let's say problem number 1, because I usually talk about problems and how to fix it. And then I go back over here to import and I add my background because I usually have a specific background. So I take this background, I add it on the bottom of my video just like this, and now if I hit play, it's going to look like this. It's the only right videos, and I'm going to show more text and stuff. So it's super fast, it's super easy, it offers a lot of features. It's why I really like Movavi. After I'm done editing the entire video, what I do, I go over here where it says export and I export the video, and over here we have a bunch of settings so we can increase the quality from good to high. So I always increase the quality to high because I want the video to look good. And over here where it says advanced, I always change the resolution to 4K. So I click on advanced, and over here, I changed to 4K, this one over here, right? And I increase the quality from medium to high as well. And then I choose the frame rate to be 60 FPS over here. And then I click OK. And that's it. I'm ready to render the project. Over here, I can change the name of it. So Danny Y Video 1. And then I'm going to click Start. And it's going to render your video. It's that simple. That's how easy it is to use this video editor. As I said, YouTube doesn't want perfection. It just wants you to create decent videos that are pleasant to watch and that help viewers understand your video better. YouTube doesn't need complex editing. If you want to edit fast and easy while still having your video look professional, click the link down in the description to get a 1-year subscription to the new Movavi Video Editor 2006. Now, if you found that this video helpful, you should watch this video over here because inside this video, I show you how I got 70,000 new subscribers on this channel in just 4 months. I basically teach you all the methods, all the tricks I used in order to get so many subscribers on this channel in such a quick time.